Good morning, this is Joyce and I am here with the Project Share, and it is for the sheet load of cards hosted by Call Me Crafty Al. Hey Alicia, I am so late getting this uploaded. Actually, I'm just so late getting my cards made, but this is the March sketch that was issued, and I have pulled out like 3 different papers or collections that I thought I was going to use, and none of them quite hit me right. Plus, you know, I had a lot going on, work is busy, but anyway, I just did not get the crafting done. So finally, with a day off, I was able to craft most of the day yesterday, so I stayed in and that's what I did. And I'm going to show you what I actually used. I love doing these because I can build my stash, and this month's this month's sheet load actually made 12 cards using 3 12x12 sheets, sheet and a half of colored cardstock. And I actually used the sheet, I actually used a 12x12 to cut those because the color I wanted I didn't have in that. And then a half a sheet of 8.5x11 white cardstock. And she always shows you how to cut your papers to get the best use with the less scraps. So this is what scraps, but I'm going to use some of what's left over to put something decorative in the inside of my card. So anyway, that's that. And so what I used for this, I went way back in my stash and I found Prima. Like I said, I just was having a problem picking papers, you know. It was like, wow. But anyway, I found this collection of Prima Flirty Flora, which I had bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby at some point, and I really liked it. It's kind of springy, you know. The thing about, you know, if you know Prima, they have 6 sheets of every design. Well, 6 designs, double-sided, and 4 sheets each. So I've used quite a bit of this over the years, and this is from, it doesn't really say when it's from, but anyway, that's irrelevant. So I used some of that. These are the scraps that I have left, and I'm actually going to make a couple more cards because I got a couple more pieces like this and just enough scraps where I can probably get a couple more cards out of it, and enough scraps to do something on the inside. I pulled out some dies that I haven't used in a while. This goes with the collection. I used a couple of those. No, I didn't. I actually used that on another project. I used several of these stamps. They have been in my collection forever. They are from Hero Arts. Back when I started making cards, I would buy any sentiment stamps. That was before dies got to be as big as they are, especially word dies. So I have a huge collection of stamps, mostly sentiments. And so I went in and I pulled out several, and I used to organize them like Jennifer McGuire. She had hers organized like this, and it just made it easier. This one actually came with the die set, but I pulled this one out. I didn't actually use anything from it. I pulled this one out because I thought they would fit on the strip of paper that was cut for that. But I did use several of these, and you will see them. I used Just Saying Hello, Get Well Soon, Thinking of You, something else. Okay, I did use one other one, and I'll show you in a minute. From Tailored Expressions, I used this mini strips Easter. I just can't believe I had pulled out a different stamp last week for a project, and I lost my Happy Spring, Hello Spring stamp. It's someplace here in this room, but I couldn't find it. It was not in the packaging. So I pulled this out. I love using these strips, so it was no hassle to, you know, have these. Can't speak. Have these other ones cut out. I wish I could cut just one at a time, but I used the Hello Spring. This is the cutting die for that, for those. I pulled out this Gina Marie, which I don't use often, and I always forget about it, but it's the wonky stitching, and I used the big one. So I used that, and this was another one. Show you how many I have. This was another one that I pulled out. And did I use that Happy Birthday? Yeah, I used this Happy Birthday. So that is what I used. These are my scraps left over. So let's get that out the way. So guys, I did 12 cards. I love how they turned out. And I'm going to show you. I did 2 each of each sentiment that I used. So I did two happy birthdays, and that's what my inside looks like. I am gonna cut these strips and put a piece either down or there, just to make it kind of use them up without throwing them away. So I did happy birthday. I also did this one, the same thing, same sentiment, and that's what they look like. As you can see, the way the papers are put together, they are 4 each of, I think it's 4 each of the way each one looks. So, and then here is with Deepest Sympathy. This came from a, who is it? Rubbernecker Stamps stamp. And that was the first thing I stamped, because I never have any sympathy cards ready to go. So I thought that would be okay. So with Deepest Sympathy, and there is another one, and somewhere I got some adhesive that is shouldn't be there, but there's 2 of those. And then I did Thinking of You. So this kind of builds my stash up, because I was looking for some birthday cards, and there's another Thinking of You. And this one says Just a Note. I think that came out of that one where I used the most. You can always use these. I have friends who always need just basic cards, so we always raid my stash for that. Like I said, when my daughter was here the last time, she did, well, the last time she spent any time, she went through and got a lot of cards out of my stash. So when I went to look, I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, a couple Just a Notes. And this one just says, Get Well Soon. And the same here. As you notice, each card is a little different as far as if I was, you know. And this one is just saying hello. I really love how these came out. They're kind of not bright and all in your face, but they do have that pop of foil, which I'm always about some foil. And I just really love them. And I will be putting my stamp on the back. I have not done that. And I will be, like I said, putting a strip inside. One of these I actually did, because I got a little something on my mat, or it had a little spot. There it is. So I'm going to do something like this in each one of the other cards. This one, when I cut the mat, it had a spot in the paper, you know, a little black spot, and I was not happy with it. So I put a little white out on there, and then I really wasn't happy. So I decided that I would cover it up, and since I was going to do that for the rest anyway, that's what happened. Guys, thank you so much for watching. These are my cards for the March sheet load of cards. Alicia, I really love doing this, so I think in February I was last minute getting it done, but here it is. And I will see you for April's sheet load. Guys, if you like this video and you like my cards, please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and go by check out Alicia at Call Me Crafty Al's. She's always got something going on. She does a lot of live videos, so go check her out and tell her I sent you. So guys, I will talk to you in the next video.